Hello and welcome to the Citi Newsroom, coming to you live from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano here in Accra. My name is Charles Kumi. Coming up. Newly elected flag bearer of the governing New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, pledges to unite the party following his victory in Saturday's presidential primaries.
The New Patriotic Party will enter 2024 united and energized. We are ready to make a strong and convincing case for another term in office with a fresh mandate and a new leader. Ladies and gentlemen.
Also coming up, cocoa farmers at Kukrantume in the Eastern Region seek government intervention to stop the indiscriminate sale of cocoa farmlands. Oh God.
Papa no mama sa sepa sa kakra di ma obi so onye ma koko me dua koko emewo banchi rodie menken mi komu ba ade abeto ane enam ba ko me wo anam se mekwafu ma akosra ho mi ko ye no ye di grade dwafo ni su nyina nyema nyina to ogu.
Psychiatric Association of Ghana advocates for the inclusion of mental health under the National Health Insurance Scheme.
Being in good mental health should be a right for everybody and not reserved for just a limited few. And this means that there should be equity also in mental health care. And we are using this opportunity to drum home the fact that mental health should, as a matter of urgency, be covered under the National Health Insurance as well.
And later on the Citi Newsroom, butchers at the Kumasi Abat call on authorities to safeguard their business from collapse following the impact of recent ban on movement of cattle in the Upper East region. Thank you for choosing us here on the Citi Newsroom. Let's now settle for the details of our stories now. Now, flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, has pledged to unite the NPP following his victory in the party's presidential primaries on Saturday. Dr. Bawumia polled 61.47% of the votes cast by more than 200,000 delegates. There are more details in the following report. For the first time since 2007, the New Patriotic Party will go into a major election in 2024, led by a presidential candidate not named Akufo-Addo. That mandate of NPP flag bearer has now been handed over to the Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Dr. Bawumia emerged winner of the party's November 4 presidential primary with 61.47% of the votes ahead of closest contender Kennedy Japan. The Asin Central NP came in second with 37.41%, ahead of former Agric Minister Dr. Osefri Akoto and former MP for Mampong Francis Adainimo, who came in third and fourth place respectively. This NPP contest was nothing like the party had witnessed since its formation in 1992. The vice president's political career took off when he was chosen to be running mate to President Akufo-Addo and came to prominence during the 2013 election petition. For most political watchers, the 2023 presidential primary race was going to be a street fight between Dr. Bawumia and now independent presidential candidate hopeful Alan Chemating, who had been a perennial contestant in the NPP presidential primaries. Then the enigmatic and controversial Asin Central MP Kennedy Japan entered the race. Kennedy Japan, who calls himself a grassroots person, brought his feisty personality to the race and even beat Alan Chemating to second place in the Special Delegates Conference. Accusations and counter-accusations were made.
Region, one of the chairmen, he got Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. Some got as high as 150,000. in Central Region, some chairman got Nissan Navara, brand new, and it cost 40,000. When you convert it, it's 440,000 Ghana cedis. And now, you are going to vote with all these people, and they will come and give you 2,000 cedis.
They've decided to adopt some new tactics. The new tactics is what? If you miss the ball, don't miss the man. That is the new tactics that they are adopting. And so, what is the tactics? They have decided to spread lies.
During the August 26 special election, Kennedy Japan promised Dr. Bawumia a showdown in the race to become flag bearer of the new Patriotic Party.
President Akufo, member will show down. Vice President, member will show down. So, Mama chasing me agent. I'm not going to shut them. What do you embassy? What do you embassy?
As November 4 approached, the party took steps to present a united front. All 4 candidates were made to sign a bond to remain in the party regardless of the outcome of the elections. This was intended to prevent another situation like it happened with Alan Chemating, who left the party after the August 26 Special Congress.
We were able to get the 4 aspirants contesting, namely Honorable Kennedy Japan, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, Dr. Akoto Afiye, and Honorable Adenimo, all signing an undertaking. And in summary, what they signed to, and I'll read to all of you. 1 is to accept the primary election results. 2, to promote peace and cohesion. 3, in the event that they don't win, they will not resign from the party.
There was high expectation amongst delegates, polling agents and officials of the party on the day of voting. The exercise across the country in voting centers in all 16 regions was largely uneventful. The Presidential Elections Committee was sure that it had provided an even playing field for all contestants.
As a committee, I've ensured that we created an even playing field and a fair ground for the competition. And as we always say, victory should be won in the ring. So we created the environment such that at the end of the day, whatever rules that we need to set, we set them, and whoever wins would have won comfortably, and all the aspirants will rally behind them.
Following the closure of polls at 2 p.m., the party convened at the Accra Sports Stadium for a declaration of results by the Electoral Commission in a charged atmosphere of party supporters.
Our computation, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia had 91.47%. Sorry? 61.47%. 61.47%. So, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is duly elected as the flag bearer going to 2024.
A concession speech from the losing candidates, including Kennedy Japan, followed.
Earlier on, I placed a telephone conversation with him, and then I conceded to him and congratulated him for the marvelous work that he has done to achieve this history. I'm very confident that having worked with the Vice President on all the major institutions of the government for 6 years, that he will lead us to victory come next year, 2024.
I believe the party has been fair and transparent. Yes! That is the only thing I've always been preaching. And I must admit, this election is fair. And my grassroots have spoken. And therefore, I accept the results in good faith.
Then after, there was a ceremony to pass on the torch of leadership to Dr. Bawumia. President Akufo-Addo, with the help of party chairman Stephen Ntim, passed on the baton in a short symbolic ceremony.
It is my great privilege to hand over the flag of the new Patriotic Party to you, Mahamudu Bawumia. There you are. I'm over with music.
Then followed the acceptance speech from the new NPP flag bearer.
The new Patriotic Party will enter 2024 united and energized. We are ready to make a strong and convincing case for another term in office with a fresh mandate and a new leader. Ladies and gentlemen, the journey towards today has been exciting and at the same time fraught with challenges. I remember the auspicious day on the 14th of August 2008, when through the visionary leadership of candidate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, as he was then, and the MPP, I was outdoored onto the uncertain political terrain of our nation. I owe endless gratitude to President Akufo-Addo for his decision in 2008 and his undying confidence in me in the periods 2012, 2016, and 2020. That singular, consistent decision has birthed this historic moment we are witnessing tonight. I thank you, Mr. President, for believing in me.
The NPP will shift focus to the election of parliamentary candidates for orphan constituencies in December and other constituencies in February 2024. Meanwhile, the National Democratic Congress in the Central Region has expressed its readiness to welcome Asin Central MP Kennedy Ohene Ejapong into their ranks should he decide to switch parties and consider the NDC as a viable alternative. Professor Kofi Asiedu, the chairman of the NDC in the Central Region, stated that the new Patriotic Party will not accept any candidate who deviates from the party's traditions. Central Regional correspondent Calvi Stetter brings us more in this report.
Revolution has a long way to go, but has come to stay.
According to the Central Regional Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, the recent event following the new Patriotic Party's presidential primaries demonstrates that the party is committed to upholding its tradition, particularly the Dankwa Buzia Dombo tradition. This, he claims, led to the perceived intimidation of Kennedy Ejapong, a prominent figure from the Central Region, during the MPP elections. Professor Kofi Asiedu criticized the MPP government for employing party machinery to support one candidate over three others who contested in the elections. He called upon the Asin Central MP to consider joining the National Democratic Congress, as he is seen as an illustrious son of the Central Region.
MPP has a mission. The mission is anti-Central Region. They don't see anything better or good from Central Region. And that is why they have their tradition, their so-called tradition called Dankwa Dombo Buzia tradition. So it means Central Region is not part of it. So sometimes I wonder why we, the youth, will continue to follow such a party. And today they have done it to our illustrious son of this land, Honorable Kennedy Ejapong. Kennedy Ejapong is not part of our party, but some of us look at him with some sort of hope. He inspires people, and considering his number of years and his wealth of experience he has gathered in politics, spanning to over 24 years as a parliamentary, as a parliamentarian, and his contribution generally to this country, I would advise our brother Kennedy Ejapong that MPP is not the only party that he can serve, or he was brought into this world to serve. We have an alternative party which is strong, which accepts divergent views, which accepts people from various ethnic backgrounds to work with.
In the Ewutu Senya East constituency, Kennedy Ejapong won the presidential primaries against Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. The NDC believes a similar outcome will occur in the 2024 general elections, as they believe the incumbent MP, Mavis Hawakumsin, has lost touch with the constituents.
Chairman Jare and his team have resolved that for this time round, they are going to take the seat. Because if you look at the analysis, the difference was about 10,000 over. We have reduced it within 4 years. We have reduced it to 5,000. So what shows that we are not taking the seat? Meanwhile, how Kumsin made it clear to the whole world that you will give Japan showdown in Eutu Senya East. And today it became evident, clear, that the people didn't listen to Hawa Kumsin, but rather they voted according to their conscience. So if clearly the primaries were to be held today, you could clearly see the direction of the vote and how the turn will be.
Away from politics, the Psychiatric Association of Ghana is making a strong case for mental health treatment to be incorporated into the National Health Insurance Scheme with the aim of enhancing access to mental health services for the majority of the population. The association is also actively working on a plan to distribute psychiatrists more equitably across the regions of the country. Citi News' Desmond Salasiago delves into the details of this report, read by Anne Sheliziu.
As the prevalence of mental health disorders continue to rise worldwide, the importance of early detection and intervention becomes increasingly evident. Around 10% of Ghanaians grapple with mental health conditions, yet only 2% of them seek treatment. The high cost associated with mental health treatment contributes to these low numbers. In a bid to make mental health treatment accessible to a larger portion of the Ghanaian population, the Psychiatric Association of Ghana is urging the inclusion of mental health treatment under the National Health Insurance Scheme. Dr. Obusu Entry, the president of the association, stressed the importance of mental health care as a fundamental right for all during the second annual general and scientific meeting of the Psychiatric Association of Ghana in Ho. She urged the National Health Insurance to extend its coverage to include mental health treatment.
Being in good mental health should be a right for everybody and not reserved for just a limited few. And this means that there should be equity also in mental health care. And we are using this opportunity to drum home the fact that mental health should, as a matter of urgency, be covered under the National Health Insurance as well.
Dr. Ruth Obusu Entry also mentioned that the association is actively working to encourage psychiatrists to accept postings in regions with a shortage of mental health professionals.
We have enough psychiatrists all over the country. We are encouraging our members that come out as psychiatrists to move to the other regions. Already where they are very, very much needed, but we are putting in efforts such that at least every region will have a represented psychiatrist to be of support. We'll do that for a start, and with time, as we train more psychiatrists, we'll have enough across the country.
Chief Executive of the Mental Health Authority, Professor Pinaman Apau, noted that specialized outreach clinics are being established to address mental health cases in regions where there's a lack of psychiatrists.
You realize that most of the regions in Ghana do not have psychiatrists, do not have psychologists. And yes, it is a concern to the authority. We are working towards that. We are working together with the Faculty of Psychiatry of the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons. We are working with them so as to be able to post psychiatrists into the regions. We are working with the the Ghana Psychological Council, to also be able to get psychologists for the regions. But before we are till then, what the authority plans to do is to do what we call specialized outreach clinics into the region.
Meanwhile, Dr. Ernest Kojo Punikwaku, Board Chairman of the National Health Insurance Authority, acknowledged the need for more resources to accommodate a broader range of health cases within the scheme.
There's a lot of interest in the scheme now. You recall that renal dialysis, kidney disease is knocking on our door, prostate cancer, mental health conditions. It just tells us that we might be doing something right. So we encourage as an authority and the scheme that we run to try and improve and do even better in order to remove barriers to financial access to health. We will continue to do our bit.
Reporting for Citi News, I'm Desmond Selasiago.
You're watching the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. Still to come. Cocoa farmers at Kukrantume in the Eastern Region seek government intervention to stop the indiscriminate sale of cocoa farmland. We have details coming up shortly. Do stay with us.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm fat Missy Wayne.
Patriotic Bantama.
Matthias.
That's a fact.
It's her smile.
The fresh breath.
Me, Gidi said we used to Cal 360 toothpaste.
Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim jom kasan.
Ile kosen.
Cal 360 did the work. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
Hey, you will see so feeling kika when you know Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the neighborhood I'm having my twins.
The very reason why I took it for us. See, the price is very good and it's spacious to contain all of us.
Alphabet City. Now I'm a landlord. I don't pay rent. And my Airbnb business is booming.
To me, bank and I'm not saying Alphabet City. The pension pay me 20%. The payment plan, I want to share my just very smooth.
This is a healthy place to raise our families and creating peace. Come on, be my neighbor.
Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
Alphabet City is a classy and peaceful gated community in Sakumono. We have 24/7 top-notch security and high-quality access roads. We have 3 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, 3 bedrooms and 3 washrooms with boys' quarters. We have 3 bedrooms and 4 washrooms. We have 2 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, all with beautiful kitchens and kitchenettes. Call Alphabet City on 0240-111119 or 050-44-99999. Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
And this year, Nana Bedi de the first was a flowers be warm fear. Yabejina Wadia, near the Nakoya Busium. Aname Bois,
Namabwa Modi.
Nana Bedi da one. Yabaji listing Tintin with the Maye. You saw with the man crying when you knew. Now, Madame wants you hey, some more Jenny Babus anymore. In Sua Asia Monobanu Moon, and Yama, Modem Assassin, Mubajai, Madame Washi, a Bayan.
Casatinti will win. And Topon, and your man away.
washing machine.
Nasco Home Appliances. And the Anitia Befiankasa.
Ready down. How are you? My stress way.
Nadam be some answer.
My Tim's way.
Nasco, bring home happiness.
Welcome back. This is the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. Let's focus on some other stories. Now, dozens of cocoa farmers and peasant farmers in Kukrentumbi in the Abuakwa North municipality of the Eastern Region are urging Cocoa Board and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture to intervene and halt the indiscriminate sale of cocoa plantations in the area to estate developers. These distressed residents and farmers have said that traditional leaders in the region are forcibly taking away several hectares of cocoa farms and other plantations, threatening to take matters into their own hands if the government and relevant authorities fail to step in. Citi News' Neoni Amate Kanaku provides further insight in this report.
Papa no mama sase kakra. Di ma obi so onyema. Cocoa, me dua cocoa. Emewo, banchi, rodie, menken, mi komu ba ade abeto ane enam. Ntosi kura odua bi ne ntrowa ne ade nyina fone so akuba ko me wokwa ekansia akuba ko me wokwa na mse mekwa fo ma akosra ho me ko ye no ye di grade dwa fone so nyina nyema nyina to agu ya so nyema nyina to agu di enkube na asisi fone so enipa kura so mi ma fama to ka mu aka me wu wure mu if you say me japade ya no me ni ba bia me ko fa bibia wo ewiase ame wo ena me de sese no me disiga me mam ye no ato aso agu won wa ye be mama aduane adie no won so agu nti me wo hawo wo ntofre papa asase ya ye nse.
That was 75-year-old Eno Amankwa recounting how her expansive farm has been encroached upon by new developers without her knowledge. She's not alone. Numerous other farmers in Kukrentumbi and surrounding areas like Boponso, Sushen, Empayim, and more have also suffered as their individual and family lands are forcibly taken away.
On the bulldozer, na approach for akofa approach for be do mienu na wa woni se se bi obi tie krase na approach for ba ne hopopo onima se mo beka onkute tuo ni ade enti na je se wo gina ho sen na oniama no ma se ni nyina na pa no moko yen kan hwe enso nkyiro ama ye mu bebre ya brabo aye basa ye hu ne yenko
no wakoto amobi mkobusa nkofo o se on ato na no me ba no ho ebebusa o so on to asase bia na mkobusa on twa no mkobusa okraku mkobusa okraku na o se o on da asam no krampa akoko to na me so okay on akoko to de ene e betwen ne yahwe ya dwempa ese asase no o se atukura ene etwa na mo onye se yeto ede mobi ma koku ayadua no watuni nagu ene on dua kube.
Last year, hundreds of Kukrentumbi residents in the Abuakwa North municipality held a demonstration accusing traditional leaders of selling their farmlands indiscriminately. While the demonstration temporarily halted encroachments, new developers have recently invaded their farmlands, leading to confrontations between landowners and buyers. The affected farmers are determined to resist any attempt to forcibly take their lands.
If you say youth now, but no be person who engage your farm. As I see you now, I'm on for toy. Into better no man engage your whole farms. Into my youth ni be brave. About the sound, na may maybe enfata. Into your straight about on stepping in. Now on timing and sassing in my end. It be no day 15 acres, 20 acres. Be brave, yan dear come. Into your fat ye nipa bakwa or no nothing be our court. I will lead in. Into your sir, omunye na yenye assassin. Because assassin or any better assassin. Assassin some penny for and sana or hino oba. Intino, yes, sir, only the assassin. And yes, dear, well, you need me be future. if it's just as 15-20 acres on Shemo be me fan tras hakeke.
Nana Afu-Akwachirwa, the first of the Dumana clan, expressed concern that this issue significantly impacts the government's planting for food and jobs policy.
Yea, near Titi Crum, so we are here. What bow on Bano do a chino? And yourself, whom the comedy won't. If a wood tow on Sassy dear, and he found one uncle, and he found one uncle. Ain't in a yammy descend them wabba. No more bay yet, Sassy, I won't tono, would it be daddy? Send that independent name who say, near Darcy Brandy one will chat. And Sassin and Yawayano. And yet, one could grant me for pa. Now, won't yai, now if one will chance, I won't a wing. From son with us, no. Send no one say and Sassino. Would you actually a ye? And as I said, granting phones who say, Assassin a daman with better bibino. Not a duandy cry and ye been taught.
Now, residents of Vitin, Kontingle and Tua electoral areas located in Tamale in the northern region have taken to the streets to protest against the deplorable road network and the lack of access to potable water in their communities. Their anger is primarily directed at the prolonged delay in the completion of a crucial bridge, which they claim has transformed into a hazardous structure. The demonstrators emphasize that the inadequate road conditions hamper access to healthcare services, particularly for pregnant women who are compelled to travel long distances to obtain water. Citi News' Northern Regional Correspondent, Shawana Yusuf, provides further details in this report.
The youth from the Vitin, Tua, Balaga and Kotungle electoral areas conducted a demonstration on Sunday to protest the area's poor road network and the lack of accessible water. This situation has forced women and children to travel long distance to access water, and tragically, a pregnant woman lost her life while attempting to reach healthcare facility due to the poor road network. Several concerned citizens shared their grievances with Citi News.
The dusty nature of the road has resulted to many residents living along the road to suffer the respiratory tract infections. The big potholes on the road also causes delay into residents seeking medical attention to hospitals nearby. For example, a pregnant woman lost her unborn child when she was being transported to from Tua to Tamale Teaching Hospital due to the delay in labor as a result of the bad nature of the road, the lack of proper drainage and incomplete culvert construction. We, the residents within the community, Vitin, Tua, Kotungle and Balaga, we do not have any water system. We, the residents within the community, therefore demand that the problem must be solved now and immediately.
The convener of the Wumti demonstration, Zubairu Bawa Sabonkudi, spoke to Citi News, underscoring their determination to take further actions if their concerns are not addressed within 2 weeks.
Yes, it's also difficult for us to get access to the TTH or whatever facility is when our wives are in labor. Because when you see the nature of the road, before you come to the house and pick somebody or and pick a pregnant woman to the TTH, you have to suffer a lot. You go through this all potholes that you can see here. And this road, the road also leads us to our home, everybody's home, my home, your home, everybody's home. There is a cemetery over there, and this very road also leads to that cemetery. So, and that is everybody's home. So we are saying that we are suffering, our women are suffering a lot. So we want the government to add us to the people who have already benefited from their basic needs.
The assemblyman for the Kotengli electoral area, Abubakari Imoro, highlighted that despite the road contract being awarded in 2020 and the contractor introduced to community leaders, it remains in an extremely poor state with funding issues cited as an excuse. He passionately appealed to the government for assistance.
I'm Abubakari Imoro, assemblyman for Kotengli electoral area. And actually, when you look at the youth today, we combine about 2 electoral areas, Kotengli and Viting. And the communities, all the communities are part of this, demonstration. So this demonstration is not about, political demonstration, it's about ourselves. When you look at the situation, especially our electoral areas, it looks like the government have just neglected us when it comes to water and roads. We don't have good roads, water, we don't have a good drinking water. So we are just appealing to the government and the government agency to help and come and fix our roads and give us a good water for our people. In fact, we are suffering a lot.
This is still the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. Still ahead in this bulletin. Butchers at the Kumasi Abat are calling authorities to safeguard their businesses from collapse following the impact of recent ban on movement of cattle in the Upper East region. We are back with details in a jiffy. Don't go away.
Can become a household.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yugo Flip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated funds, such as savings towards a house. Simple and easy to play. Visit www.yugoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it. Yugo Flip. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
Pando Secondary School is 70 years old. Hooray! The Board of Governors, the headmaster, the executive of PASEC Old Students Association, COSA, and all stakeholders of Pando Secondary School cordially invite the general public to the 70th anniversary celebration of the school. The theme for the celebration is Quality Education, a Collective Responsibility. Date, November 6th to 12th, 2023. There will be a grand deba on Saturday, 11th of November, 2023. Time is 9:30 a.m. Venue, PASEC Football Park. Special guests are Honorable Yao Osei Aduchu, Minister of Education, Honorable Archibald Yao Lecha, Volta Regional Minister, Akwenifia Akwekwewopa, Dagadu the 9th, Paramount Chief of Pando Traditional Area, Mr. Eric Sedi Kotoche, Executive Chairman, First Sky Group. PASEC looks at Veritas. See you there. This announcement is powered by Volta Serene Hotel, or Federal Rural Bank, and Serene Insurance.
There are many ways to get around, but there's only one way to pay.
Momo?
Sure.
So many styles to choose, but there's only one sure way to pay.
Momo? Yes.
There's so many you can buy, but there's only one sure way to pay.
Momo?
Yes.
Fish that will shame my enemy.
There's so much variety, but there's only one sure way to pay.
Momo, come on, Yam.
There's so many ways to get together, but there's only one sure way to pay. Got a payment to make? Use MTN Momo and enjoy real convenience in all your financial transactions. Live life the brighter way with MTN Momo. Just Momo it.
MTN.
Welcome back to the Citi Newsroom. Now, the recent ban on the movement of cattle from the Upper East region and neighboring countries due to the outbreak of anthrax posed a significant threat to livestock businesses. With the ban now lifted, butchers and cattle dealers in the Ashanti region are calling for stringent measures to handle such situations. Citi News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani reports.
Alhaji Yakub Landon has been a butcher at the Kumasi Abattoir for over 40 years. His daily activities involve buying livestock at this kraal and selling the meat to his clients. The anthrax outbreak in parts of the Upper East region and the subsequent ban on cattle movement had a devastating impact on his meat business.
Afedi ye piki kakra piki ena namno ni bona yedi ena market sunni ho market ndi eni ho kra enti se first market no aba fompa.
The Kumasi Abattoir, one of the biggest meat markets in the sub-region, is home to thousands of butchers and cattle dealers. News of the anthrax outbreak raised doubts in the minds of customers who patronize their meat here. The recent restriction on cattle movement posed a significant threat to livestock businesses. Butchers and cattle dealers in the Ashanti region are concerned about the impact and are calling on authorities to adopt stringent measures in dealing with such situations. The management of the Kumasi Abattoir has maintained safety measures even with the lifting of the ban on cattle movement.
Yes, actually, during the anthrax, there were actually reduction in terms of animals flow because people became afraid to consume it. And 5 months along the line, it has subsided. There's no complaint of any anthrax in Ghana anywhere any longer. And the ban that was actually put on the inflow of the animals from Upper East to this place has been lifted long ago. And you know, when you came here during the anthrax, we informed you that we have put on some measures to control any disease from entering this company. Already we are into wholesome meat production. So for me to be wholesome, your duty is to make sure disease carcasses does not go out to the public. So we were actually preventing animals from Upper East. If any way they happen to come around, we'll find a way of preventing them from entering. Fortunately, because of the ban, the animals from Upper East were not even coming here. But only that people, the animals were not plenty, they were not coming plenty. So the market became a problem to us. Now, the anthrax is gone. There is a lot of inflow of animals. We get about 200 to 250 cattle a day entering the company. And slaughter activities too has also risen because people are comfortable that now when you consume meat, wherever at all it's coming from now, there's no disease, it's disease free, it's wholesome. So I am encouraging Ghanaians that they should continue to consume meat, especially meat that is coming from Kumasi Abat.
The prices of cattle shot up due to the recent ban on the movement of the animals, and patronage was affected. Cattle and other livestock are now being brought to the cattle markets, and the dealers report that sales are improving.
Prices in the above for. China a ton be first. A fashion be to abo be 50. Sisi ukuta 30 utumi nyabi. Abo be to 100 ukuta 80 unyabi. From 60 to 40 unyabi. First unya abo 30 million krawa 3,000 Ghana unyabi. Sisi uba utumi nyabi. 30 unya 35 unya 40 unya 50 unya up to 60. Abo original ukura sisi ye pe 50 kura ya nya. On the original way. Aye. Ye pe 50 still ya nya.
For butchers like Alhaji London and other cattle dealers, authorities should put in place measures to safeguard their businesses.
Hafiz Tijani, Citi News, Kumasi Abat, Ashanti Region.
Still in the Ashanti region, authorities at the Kumasi Zoo have expressed concern over the recurring issue of residents in that region capturing stray animals, including crocodiles, for consumption. Wildlife officers have warned that individuals involved in such activities could face prosecution. Edward Opongmafo, our bureau chief for the Middle Belt, reports.
Inodium, a community within the Oferikro municipality of the Ashanti region, Pitopuku and other residents recently captured a crocodile discovered in the area after a heavy rain. Despite warnings from fellow residents, Pitopuku has stated that they intend to consume the animal.
Na abwana nkasa de no kura nim abotaye nti e de kofa de nyina ne say enum ye de ye ba bewe no tin ye kofa no no ye kofa abwana ye koduro no obi asuro yeso ye de ovem ye fa abwana akɔwe no ene ye say ne sa de de ne fa abwana mom de ene ye fa abwana no ene ye twen na ne de na ba to ye tase mbɔkɔ nti ye kɔwe no de wo mu ano no
na be say den chem sel amokɔwe
ye kura ne ye adwe say e pesi ewu because man mu ayedin. Man why they pay you because no credit ever pay. Said the boys in this breeding no, Nanka boy dear, and said they come here, they're confident champs and pacorino. But man why they Ukoku Swan Yaminu Bedi. No more worry nam no would the hour, when him no worry and woe, and tis to the very. Ye no matters, ye very pa, and yes, ye better, ye very. And tis all my imagine some baby abum crust, oh, ye very. Hey, young far one in Kozu, there be zoo, dear young fananko. Because at the current time, because I'm fanning Kozu, is a yam no Miss Matizu company. Ah, Mugumi yam. What I say? Ah, there be a one me chamo Kriamere, me chak and Tiamere, me fanning Kozu. Now, my bet you, I'm fanning Kozu, quite a me do them fananko. Yabareno.
Wildlife officers find these developments concerning and are urging the public to contact them promptly in such cases.
Stray animals, stranded animals, prevalence in where we operate, that's within Greater Kumasi, is quite high, especially during the rainy seasons. And this year so far, we've had in our records, we have around 18 calls. 2 of them have been for snakes, which are venomous snakes, and then the other 16 have been on crocodiles. Yeah, so we know these animals basically are dangerous animals and they attack. So if I talk of venomous snakes, we know. So cobra is a very fast animal that will easily sting or bite. So normally when you see them, you have to take the necessary precautions. One is to, if you can call for us to come and capture them safely, to relocate them. The other one is just move away from them, stay safe, and then make sure that you get us to come and assist. You can call the fire service, you can call the police, because the police also calls us sometimes when they get the reports for us to go and rescue them. Don't try to kill them. Like right now, we are in what we call the close season, which is from 1st August to 1st December. where most animals are laying eggs, are pregnant, are taking care of their young ones. So if you kill them, it means you are just further on reducing the population of these animals. For instance, the slender-snouted crocodile is critically endangered, meaning that the numbers are almost finished in the wild. So if we kill them, we are just depriving our environment and our ecosystem from this very important crocodile species.
Based on the wildlife laws, what are the sanctions if someone decides that, oh, I'm taking it, that we're going to consume it or we're killing it? What are the sanctions?
Yeah, so the sanctions I cannot tell you right now, but when you are arrested and taken to court, depending on the charge sheet that is preferred against you, the court determines the punishment according to the wildlife laws that are enumerated.
To enhance the ability of wildlife officers to quickly rescue these animals for public safety, they are appealing to various assemblies and regional authorities to provide the necessary resources.
We will also want the district, the Metropolitan Assembly, KMA, and even the regional administration of Ashanti Region to come to our aid to make sure that we are well resourced in terms of movement to be able to get to difficult places at times to get some of these animals rescued for public safety. Then I will also want to tell the public that we have to be disciplined in our environmental management. For instance, people will not take good care of managing their garbage very well. This will invite rodents, and then snakes will follow rodents to communities or households to feed, because that's their preferred food. So if you don't manage your garbage well and rodents come around, snakes will also come around. In discipline, in construction, people build on waterways, it brings flooding, and when there are floods, definitely snakes also come around. These crocodiles also get confused and they come out.
Officers from the Wildlife Division of the Forestry Commission are urging the public to be circumspect in handling some of these issues in the future. For Citi News, I'm Edward Oponmafu, Odium, Ashanti Region.
Now, the one-week observance for the late veteran lawyer, human rights activist, and anti-corruption campaigner, lawyer Akutampa, took place in Accra on Sunday. Numerous dignitaries gathered at his residence to pay heartfelt tributes to their esteemed lawyer. This report has details of the one-week memorial service.
The highly regarded lawyer, fondly referred to as Sheshi, since his student days at the University of Ghana, passed away at the University of Ghana Medical Center on October 20, 2023. Mr. Akutampa was notably the lead lawyer for President Akufo-Addo during the 2020 election petition and also served as a member of the NPP's legal team during the 2013 election petition. The one-week memorial service brought together prominent dignitaries, including President Akufo-Addo, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, former Minister of Trade and Industry Alan Chumatin, and Member of Parliament for Ibraka South, Samuel Atachian. Mr. Atachian shared a touching tribute about the late lawyer during the service.
He was so elastic in patience. He had shock about absorbers. He would talk about anything. And he was very cool. He never flaunted his power. That's one of the things I remember about him. And it's when he starts speaking, I say he's very deep. Ordinarily, he was a very calm person. They call it power under control. How I pray that politicians will acquire the disposition, power under control. Another thing I remember about him is that if we are not careful, a man's whole orientation is money. A huge commercial appetite. I never saw that in him. I was always wondering that this man is after money at all. He believed in professionalism, and he showed it everywhere. My heart goes out to the bereaved family. They've lost a giant. They've lost a human person. It's only God who can console you when you have such a loss. May you rest in peace.
Meanwhile, the final funeral rites for the legal luminary has been scheduled for December 15 to December 17, 2023.
And that's our Citi Newsroom for tonight. Visit our website, citinewsroom.com, for more stories. Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV. My name is Kumi. Many thanks for watching.